What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And we're finally bringing out, you might have seen this in the background of some of the other videos, but I think it's finally time that we start on our next project on the channel. My 2010 Range Rover Sport HSE. Check it out.
Holla, why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets, cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here and stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future, but see profit here. Wait up.
All right, so this is my 2010 Range Rover HSE Sport. Now, I bought this thing with another intent in mind. One, I love the square body style of these things, and honestly, you can pick these up with some issues with them for actually really cheap on Marketplace. And it's kind of exactly what I got here. Now, I got this from my father-in-law, and it had a few issues. I went through this thing, had to fix intake manifold gaskets, the coolant crossover tube, a bunch of stuff was wrong with it. But let's open the hood and let's see what we got going on under here. From the look of it, everything looks amazing on this car. Other than it has a small little cosmetic things, you know, needs the headlights buffed out, things like that. But I went over this engine completely. I had the intake manifold pulled off, did all this other stuff. If we take this cover off, what we're working with in this, now this car comes in the 5-liter V8. It's kind of like set up as like a Coyote engine would be. But they have a supercharged model, and then they have the regular NA model. And that's what we have here is the 5.0 NA model. It had a bunch of issues. Like I said, intake manifold gaskets were completely gone, and the previous mechanic that was in there tried to RTV everything, so that was leaking all kinds of air out, didn't seal up whatsoever. PCV valves were blown out. The coolant crossover tube was all done in the back. Now, I went through here and changed and fixed a lot of, and mostly all of the issues that this thing had. And there's one main issue that I just can't simply figure out. And it doesn't want to start on its own. So the whole purpose of this was, I honestly I like the body style. I love everything about these things. The interior actually for the time was definitely really cool. All right, take a look at the interior. So I mean, this thing's got a lot of bells and whistles back for a 2010, which is really cool. I mean, you have the screen here. It says, you know, Range Rover on it's pretty cool. Steering wheel is actually pretty big and bulky, and you get hit in the face with that airbag, you're gonna know it. But cool little features that I like on here is, like, it's got this dial that you can go through different like off-road settings. So you have like different terrain settings. You can, the suspension allows you to lift up the truck, lower it back down. It has a descend mode, which is cool, like you see on like the Ford Raptors and stuff. And then some of those like newer higher end off-road kind of vehicles. So I think the technology they had in this back in 2010 was like phenomenal. Really cool. Downfall is like any European vehicle is under the hood. Regardless, won't start on its own. So we have to spray starting fluid in it every single time we want to get it to start. And then once after it heats up and warms up for a while, then it starts every now and then. But the problem that we're having is, I heard from other mechanics that work on this saying, oh, you know, if the coolant level's not right, then it doesn't know what, you know, temperature the engine's at, and it won't let it start. And so you vacuum filled the coolant system, and none of it's working. It's always saying it's overheating or there's some issue with it, and I just can't figure it out. And honestly, I don't like it. It's not worth it. So But there is a solution, one major solution to every single car on the planet that has a problem. And that solution is, follow me. We're gonna go figure that solution out now. All right, let's go. First of all, put this away. We can't even let it run yet. I gotta get Zane to spray it every single time, guys. It's ridiculous. Ready?
Give her some.
All right. Ah, there we go. We got like every light on the dash. There we go. Nice, you got the juice?
The juice.
Nice.
Save all. Sounds like a giant fan.
All right, guys. Well, I told you I had a solution, and I didn't say it was the prettiest. The solution to every vehicle that has a problem is you LS swap it, and this is exactly where you get them from. Junkyard, baby. It's where we hit it up. So here we got a 2003 6-liter LQ4. Well, the only thing we got to do now is we're gonna have to pull the motor, trans, harness, everything. Let the swap begin. So, you ready, Zane?
Let's go.
All right, well, let's set it up, get some tools, and get to work. Guys, it might look rough now. Just wait. Wait till we get this thing all cleaned up. Get some new stuff thrown in it. What do you think, Zane?
I think after about 10 grand and some overnight parts, this will dissipate all.
You know, I'm so glad you said that, because I was like, man, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Well, I think we got a lot of work to do. We got to pull this, pull the trans, get all the wiring harness out, and get to work. So let's go.
It's because I asked you last night. Said, hey, what time you want to get together? He said, after 9 is fine. Now, I'm going to be honest. That's a pretty wide time frame, brother. After 9, I could have showed up right now.
You guys hear all the complaining going on here? That's all I ever did, is just complaining. We could have a great time hanging out in the dirt, trying to pull this clapped out 6.0 out of here. All right, guys, we're getting it pulled apart. We got this thing jacked up here. This thing is rough. Zane, are you having the funnest time ever, dude?
This is the best time in the world. There's just something about a rusty Chevrolet that really just puts me in the mood. I'm trying to tell you. Love it. I hope you're up to date on your tetanus shot.
Laying in the mud. At least you found this nice fancy carpet you got here.
I feel like we owe Syntez some money for it. But
It's nice. I mean, you don't get that luxury with 5-star hotels.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, though. We're going to make this an easy job, man. All we got to do is get the cross members out of the way, cut the exhaust, get the motor mounts undone, and then, you know, play around with some wires, unhook them and whatnot, and try to remember where they all go. That's the key.
As long as let's drop it and yank it out of here. This way we can get back to our garage. Get out of the junkyard. This thing is rough, dude. But she's gonna look good after it's all said and done. Don't you all worry. right, well, I think Zane's got a better idea just to get it done and out of the sun faster. Hey, man, I think you need safety glasses or safety squints when you do that.
I got my safety squints.
Let me see.
They're pretty good. Look,
Yeah, that's good.
this is a great idea.
All right, so what's your idea method to do this?
Well, we're going to utilize the other truck we got back here to move this truck here. I got me a J-hook. I'm going to fancy my way up here somehow.
Yeah. Here, give me one. Put it in there. That works. Hold on, buddy. I'll get over here. All right. Go ahead.
That's good.
Pull some
there.
tension on her. If this ain't never been done before, it's being done now. Use old clapped out Super Duty body.
This is going to be the fun part, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. You know, this must be easier if you still had the skid steer here.
Yeah, it would be cool. But we do what we got. We do what we can with what we got. Lambo cab, dog. A cab over Chevy. You ain't never seen one of them cab over Chevy.
I've never pulled a motor like this before where we do the Lambo body lift. Oh, dang, look at that spider.
You had me crawling up underneath this thing.
Look at that boy.
I can use it. I don't use spiders. Holy no, bro.
All right, guys, well, we got the motor out, and that was extremely hard because we didn't have anything to lift it up, and we're trying to push a motor crane around here on the dirt. But I think it's time to get back to the shop, get that motor in. Ready, Zane? Let's go. All right, so we got the motor unloaded. Now, next thing to do is straight to the drawing board and see how we can get this build done. Let's go. So you have the red light, whoa, 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 like that. That's how it is. Engine, cam, heads, spring lifter, trinion rods, bottom end, exhaust, intake. Got to figure out the fuel system. Figure out the motor mounts. Wiring issue. 4L80 with a converter. And aspirin. Or Tylenol.
Followed by whiskey. Not necessarily in that
Plenty
order.
of headaches on this build, but we're not the first ones doing it. It's been done before. The only problem is when you look it up on the internet or other YouTube videos of people that have done this swap, they don't really specify exactly how they did it, what motor mounts they use, this, and that. So in this video, we're going to break it down from pulling the motor out of the Range Rover to doing a full complete swap, what mounts we use, how we're doing the wiring harness, because we want it to work in correlation with the original harness in the Range Rover. So we want the speedometer, the tach to work, all of our fuel delivery,
all that
stuff. We want everything to work as factory as possible. We just want a reliable engine because Range Rover doesn't have a reliable engine. And I know the fanboys of Range Rover are going to get pissed off, but you know, that's on you. So whatever. Either way, LQ4 build. Straight out the junkyard, straight into a Range Rover. We're going to make it happen. If you like videos like this, guys, it'd be a perfect time for you to like, share, subscribe, and watch this video, as this will be a weekly upload while we get some parts obviously ordered. Next video, we're going to have tearing down the Range Rover and seeing what we actually have got going on. And we're in for it now. So better be ready. And Zane, you better be ready too. So we're going to have some busted knuckles.
We're committed,
brother.
brother.
Have to have maybe some long nights. But until next week, thanks for watching. See you later.